There are places in this world where reality seems to bend and shift. There are stories of events so strange and bizarre that they defy explanation. One such tale comes from the remote village of Oakhaven, nestled deep within the heart of Scotland's rugged Highlands. It all began with the arrival of a stranger. A young man named Finnegan Pierce moved to Oakhaven, seeking solace and tranquility away from the chaos of city life. He had heard tales of the village's ethereal beauty and was eager to experience it for himself. But upon his arrival, he sensed something was amiss. The villagers were distant and wary, their eyes holding a strange mixture of sadness and fear. They spoke of ancient curses and malevolent spirits that haunted these lands. Dismissing their stories as superstitious nonsense, Finnegan settled into his new home, determined to start fresh and leave the shadows of his past behind him. Days turned into weeks, and still Finnegan couldn't shake off the feeling that he was being watched. Then the nightmares began. Every night he would be awoken in a cold sweat, his dreams filled with terrifying images of gnarled trees and whispering voices that seemed to emanate from the very core of the earth itself. Unable to bear the oppressive atmosphere any longer, Finnegan decided to flee the village and seek refuge in the surrounding wilderness. As he ventured deeper into the forest, the trees grew denser and darker. The sun's rays struggled to penetrate the thick canopy above, casting the forest floor in an eerie gloom. Suddenly, amidst the towering trunks, Finnegan noticed something peculiar, a clearing. And within the clearing stood a sight that made him gasp in astonishment. Half hidden among the trees was an old stone cottage, its roof caved in and its walls adorned with strange, inexplicable symbols. Curiosity overcame him, and he cautiously approached the dilapidated structure. As he drew closer, he noticed more symbols, each one more intricate and enigmatic than the last. They seemed to form a pattern, a language of some kind, yet he couldn't decipher its meaning. With a mix of trepidation and excitement, Finnegan began to explore the ruins, hoping to uncover the secrets they held. His search led him to the remnants of a fireplace, and as he brushed away the debris, his fingers brushed against something hard. He carefully brushed more dirt away to reveal a small, intricately carved wooden box. The box was cold to the touch and felt strangely heavy. As he opened it, he found a collection of old yellowed documents and a strange device made of metal and glass. The documents were written in a language that seemed archaic, and the metal device had an ornately carved wooden handle and a series of gears and dials that looked like they belonged on an antique clock. The documents, when deciphered, revealed a tale of a secret society that had lived in the cottage. They called themselves the Keepers of the Veil, and they believed that their cottage was a gateway to another world, a world of immense power and danger. The strange device, according to their writings, was a key to harnessing the energy of this other world. But the writings also warned of terrible consequences, of beings that lurked beyond the veil, waiting to devour the souls of anyone who dared disturb them. Suddenly, a loud crash in the forest startled him. Adrenaline surged through him as he realized he was not alone. He quickly hid the box and the documents, then ran as fast as he could back to the village. The villagers, however, seemed unfazed by his frantic claims. They spoke of ancient curses and malevolent spirits that haunted these lands. They claimed that anyone who disturbed the balance of the veil between worlds would suffer terrible consequences. Despite their warnings, Finnegan couldn't shake off the feeling that he was being watched. So he decided to flee Oakhaven and start anew somewhere far away. But no matter where he went, the feeling of being watched persisted. He grew gaunt and haggard, his eyes hollow and filled with fear. Then one day, he was found wandering along a busy street in Edinburgh, babbling incoherently about the horrors that pursued him. He was taken to a psychiatric hospital where he spent his final days confined to a padded room, forever trapped in his own personal hell. Years later, a young journalist named Elara Vance stumbled upon Finnegan's case files while researching local legends for her newspaper. Intrigued by the tale, she decided to visit Oakhaven and see if she could uncover the truth behind the curse of the veil. She soon discovered that the village and the surrounding areas were steeped in folklore and superstition. The locals were wary of outsiders and reluctant to share their beliefs. But after much coaxing, they finally began to open up to her. According to their stories, Oakhaven had always been a place of darkness and despair. The forest surrounding the village was said to be haunted by malevolent spirits that whispered to unwary travelers, tempting them into the darkness. And at the heart of the forest lay the ruins of the cottage, a place where reality was said to be at its thinnest, and where the veil between the worlds was almost non-existent. Determined to uncover the truth, Alara set out into the forest, following in Finnegan's footsteps. She soon came across the ruins of the cottage and felt a sudden chill run down her spine. The forest around her seemed to be watching her every move. She could feel the presence of unseen eyes boring into her back. Ignoring her growing sense of dread, she searched the ruins, hoping to find some evidence of the strange cult that had lived there. She found nothing except for a few crumbling stones and the faint outline of a door where the wall had collapsed. As the sun began to set, Alara knew she had to leave. The forest was growing darker by the minute, and she did unwant to be caught in the gathering gloom. As she turned to go, she noticed something strange in the dying light. It was the outline of a symbol carved into the trunk of a nearby tree. She rushed to it and gasped. It was the same symbol that she had seen in the writings found in the box. Was this just a coincidence, or was she really uncovering the secrets of the veil? Back in Edinburgh, a retired professor of folklore, Alistair Mackenzie, examined the box, the documents, and the strange device that Finnegan had found in the forest. He was a renowned expert on local legends and had been called in to help Alara decipher the cryptic writings. After poring over the documents for days, Professor Mackenzie finally came to a chilling conclusion. The Keepers of the Veil had stumbled upon a way to open a portal to another dimension, a world of pure energy and unimaginable power. But they had unwittingly unleashed something evil, something that had become fixated on our world and was slowly consuming it from within. This was the true curse of Oakhaven, not a curse of the land, but a curse of what lay beyond the veil. Now, the question is, do you think what Professor Mackenzie said is true? Comment below and let me know.